If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with an unusual urgency to urinate, or if you spend long hours sitting and feel a persistent discomfort in your lower abdomen, you might have thought it was just a passing annoyance. But what if I told you that those seemingly harmless signs are your body's way of telling you something deeper? An inflamed prostate isn't a condition that appears overnight. It's silent, progressive, and often ignored until it starts interfering with your daily life. In Latin America, where dietary habits often revolve around what's accessible rather than what's healthy, prostate health has been a rarely discussed topic. However, science has made it clear what we put on our plates each morning has a direct impact on how our bodies function, including our prostate. Let's start with an uncomfortable truth. More than 50% of men over 50 experience symptoms related to prostate inflammation. These include frequent urination and the sensation of incomplete bladder emptying. What few people realize is that these discomforts can be closely linked to something as routine as what they eat for breakfast. Processed meats, refined white bread, ultra-processed dairy, and even excessive coffee with sugar, all common in a typical breakfast, may be fueling that inflammation invisibly. These foods promote inflammatory responses in the body, and the prostate, being an organ sensitive to hormonal and metabolic changes, reacts with chronic inflammation when exposed to these conditions repeatedly. But that's not all. An inflamed prostate doesn't just cause physical discomfort, it can interfere with sleep quality, affect one's sexual and emotional life, and even increase the risk of urinary tract infections or more serious complications if not addressed in time. And although we're not here to alarm you, it's vital to understand that ignoring these early signs can lead to long-term consequences. The good news is that small changes in your routine can make a big difference. What you eat for breakfast can become your first line of defense. The key is to identify which foods are sabotaging your well-being and which ones can become your allies in fighting inflammation. On this journey of discovery and habit improvement, there's one more thing to mention. At the end of this series of recommendations, I'll share with you an additional strategy, a combination that has proven to be especially powerful for those seeking real results in a short time. It's a little-known technique, but one with a major impact, widely recommended by many natural health professionals. It could completely change how you view breakfast. For now, the essential thing is to pay attention to your body. If you feel tired, if you notice changes in your urination patterns, or if you simply want to prevent problems before they arise, this is the time to act. Because when it comes to health, especially men's health after 40, every decision matters. And even if the symptoms seem minor, don't underestimate them. What starts as a simple annoyance can evolve if not managed properly. It's not about fear. It's about taking control, staying one step ahead, and making conscious choices. Stay tuned, because what we're about to discover next is not only crucial, it might already be sitting in your pantry, just waiting to be used the right way. And remember, the next recommendation is one of sweetened coffee with refined sugar is a common part of the morning table for millions across Latin America. However, what few people realize is that these foods are loaded with compounds that can trigger inflammatory processes in the body, particularly in sensitive organs like the prostate. Our bodies respond to their environment in many ways. When we consume ultra-processed foods rich in saturated fats, simple sugars, and chemical additives, our immune system reacts with inflammation. While inflammation is a natural defense mechanism, when it becomes chronic, it can be harmful. In the case of the prostate, this ongoing inflammation can lead to symptoms such as burning during urination, pelvic pressure, decreased urinary flow, and in some cases, persistent pain. A study published by researchers from the University of São Paulo revealed that men who regularly eat processed food-heavy breakfasts are at a significantly higher risk of developing benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, a condition that, while not cancerous, can be very uncomfortable and severely affect quality of life. It's important to note that this isn't about eliminating all the pleasures of eating, but rather making smarter substitutions. For instance, instead of processed meats, one can opt for scrambled eggs with turmeric and spinach. Rather than white bread, choose whole grain bread without additives, and instead of coffee with sugar, try ginger infusion or green tea. These small changes not only help reduce inflammation, but also provide antioxidants and essential nutrients for overall health. But there's something more. There's a common, often underestimated food that acts as a natural shield for the prostate. Found in markets and local fairs, this food has been part of traditional medicine for generations and has recently caught the attention of modern science: pumpkin seeds. Rich in zinc, phytosterols, and antioxidants, pumpkin seeds help reduce inflammation and support hormonal health. Zinc, in particular, is a crucial mineral for prostate function, and its deficiency has been linked to a higher risk of prostate conditions. Moreover, these seeds are easy to incorporate into the diet. They can be added to smoothies, salads, or simply eaten as a healthy snack. But take note, not all methods of consumption are equally beneficial. The way you consume these seeds can make the difference between real benefits and a missed opportunity. Many people make mistakes that neutralize their properties. That's why what comes next is essential. We'll talk about the most common mistakes when incorporating pumpkin seeds into your diet and how to avoid them, ensuring that you get all their health benefits. By better understanding what to avoid and what to include in your breakfast, you're not only caring for your prostate, but also taking a solid step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life with fewer complications. Eating should not just be about satisfying hunger, it should be a daily act of self-care. And remember, the next recommendation is one of the most important. Ignoring it could undo all your previous efforts and even expose you to side effects that could easily be avoided by taking the right steps from the start. For generations, pumpkin seeds have been a grandmother's secret, a humble ingredient found in local markets, neighborhood fairs, and countless traditional recipes. What you may not know is that these tiny seeds hold immense power in combating prostate inflammation and supporting men's health after the age of 40. We're not talking about a miracle cure or magical solutions, but about science and tradition working hand in hand. Pumpkin seeds are loaded with zinc, one of the most important minerals for proper prostate function. In fact, the prostate is the organ with the highest concentration of zinc in the human body. This mineral helps regulate cell growth, balances hormone levels, and strengthens the immune system. When there is a zinc deficiency, the prostate becomes more vulnerable to inflammatory processes and hyperplasia. But that's not all. These seeds also contain phytosterols, plant compounds with well-documented anti-inflammatory properties. A clinical study conducted in Germany showed that men who consumed pumpkin seed extract over 12 weeks experienced a significant reduction in urinary symptoms and prostate size. The best part? These benefits came without any side effects, something not always guaranteed with pharmaceutical treatments. Another highlight is their richness in antioxidants like vitamin E and selenium. These nutrients help neutralize oxidative stress, which is one of the main causes of cellular aging and chronic inflammation. As a bonus, pumpkin seeds provide healthy fats that support cardiovascular function and enhance the absorption of other essential nutrients. Incorporating these seeds into your daily diet is easier than you think. You can add them to your morning smoothies, sprinkle them on salads, mix them with natural yogurt, or simply enjoy them as a snack between meals. However, there is a crucial detail. To preserve all their properties, they must be consumed raw or lightly toasted, never fried or heavily salted. Also, grinding them just before consumption improves nutrient absorption. This is where many go wrong. They buy pre-packaged, industrially roasted, salted seeds, thinking they're doing something good for their health, when in fact, they're losing much of the benefit. The key lies in preparation, in respecting the integrity of the food and incorporating it consistently, not as a sporadic remedy, but as a lifestyle habit. By making more conscious decisions about what you eat, you're not just caring for your prostate, you're also sending your body a message that your health matters, that you're willing to take action before problems worsen, and that, without a doubt, has a positive effect on your overall well-being. This food, long underestimated, now stands as one of the most powerful allies in the fight against prostate disorders. Its low cost, availability, and ease of use make it accessible to everyone, regardless of socioeconomic status or location. The real question is, are you willing to make this small change for such a big benefit? Because sometimes the simplest things are the most effective, and nature has always held a wisdom that simply needs to be rediscovered. Remember, the next recommendation is one of the most important. Ignoring it could not only diminish the impact of everything we've discussed so far, but even compromise your health without you realizing it. Pay close attention, because what you're about to learn could make a crucial difference on your journey toward a healthier and more fulfilling life. Once we understand the value of pumpkin seeds, it's natural to want to include them in our routine right away. However, this is where many people make mistakes that, rather than enhancing the benefits, can reduce them or even cause discomfort. That's why it's so important to talk about the correct way to consume them, and especially what not to do. The most common mistake is consuming industrially roasted seeds, especially those sold in packages with additives, salt, and hydrogenated oils. This kind of processing alters the structure of nutrients, especially zinc and antioxidants, and can significantly increase sodium content in the diet, which is counterproductive when the goal is to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is further worsened when these seeds are fried, as this destroys much of their healthy fats and can generate oxidative compounds that negatively impact the body. Another frequent mistake is consuming them without properly chewing or grinding them. Although it may seem like a minor detail, whole seeds often pass through the digestive system without being fully utilized. The outer shell, while rich in fiber, can hinder nutrient absorption if not adequately processed. That's why it's ideal to grind them right before consumption. This facilitates digestion and maximizes their nutritional properties. It's also important to consider quantity. More is not always better. A recommended portion is approximately 2 tablespoons per day. This dose provides a solid amount of zinc, healthy fats, and antioxidants without overloading the body. Consuming large amounts could lead to excess fiber or calories, which might cause mild intestinal discomfort in people with sensitive digestion. The most effective time to include them is at breakfast, when the body is more receptive to absorbing nutrients after the overnight fast. They can be mixed with fruits like papaya or banana, which also have anti-inflammatory properties, or added to a smoothie with oats, plant-based milk, and a pinch of turmeric. This combination is not only delicious and nutritious, it acts as a true natural booster for prostate health. Moreover, there's an even more powerful reason to consume pumpkin seeds properly: their effect on hormonal balance. Zinc and phytosterols help regulate testosterone and dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a hormone associated with prostate enlargement. Studies have shown that keeping these levels in check significantly reduces urinary symptoms and general discomfort. What we're talking about here is not a quick fix, but a comprehensive health strategy. A small, consistent change over time can lead to profound improvements, but that change is only effective when made with accurate information and without falling into excess or incorrect practices. By making this adjustment, you're not only taking advantage of one of nature's finest offerings, but you're also sending a powerful message that you are committed to your well-being, that you value your health, and that you're willing to invest in it every single day, starting from the very first moment of your day. And that's why the next step is so important. There is an additional ingredient that, when combined with pumpkin seeds, can multiply their effects. But if used improperly or at the wrong time, it could not only cancel out the benefits, but also cause unwanted side effects. That's why what comes next is one of the most critical keys for those seeking real, lasting results. Listening to this next recommendation could be the difference between a failed attempt and a true transformation. Now that you understand the correct way to consume pumpkin seeds, it's time to take your prostate health strategy one step further. There is a combination that not only enhances the anti-inflammatory effects of pumpkin seeds, but also helps the body absorb their nutrients more efficiently. The secret lies in combining the properties of turmeric with a small yet powerful ingredient, black pepper. Turmeric, also known as Indian saffron, is a root that has been used for centuries in Ayurvedic medicine and many traditional Latin American cuisines. Its active compound, curcumin, is one of the most extensively studied natural anti-inflammatory agents in modern science. Studies have shown that curcumin not only reduces inflammation, but also combats oxidative stress, improves circulation, and supports liver function, a vital organ for hormonal balance and overall health. However, curcumin has one small drawback. Its bioavailability, meaning how easily the body can absorb it, is very low. This is where black pepper comes in. Its active compound, piperine, has been shown to increase curcumin absorption by over 2,000%. This synergistic effect makes this duo an essential combination for those looking to maximize the impact of an anti-inflammatory breakfast. A simple way to integrate them is by preparing a powdered blend of organic turmeric and ground black pepper, which can be added directly to your morning smoothie, sprinkled on fruits or natural yogurt, or even mixed with crushed pumpkin seeds. The flavor is exotic, slightly spicy, but surprisingly harmonious, especially when balanced with sweet fruits like papaya or mango. This combo not only supports prostate health, but has also been observed to improve insulin sensitivity, lower bad cholesterol levels, and stimulate cognitive functions such as memory and concentration. For men over 40, this combination can be a key tool in preventing degenerative diseases. And it doesn't require major sacrifices. Just half a teaspoon of turmeric with a pinch of black pepper daily is enough to start noticing effects in the body. As always, consistency is more important than quantity. Incorporating this habit into your morning routine creates a healthy anchor that over time transforms not only your body, but also your relationship with food. An interesting aspect of this mix is its effect on hormonal balance. By reducing systemic inflammation, it improves the production of sex hormones and helps stabilize testosterone levels, a crucial factor in preventing prostate enlargement. The curcumin-piperine combination also has positive effects on mood, reducing anxiety and chronic stress, which are indirect but important factors affecting prostate health. Integrating these foods not only brings you closer to better prostate health, but also strengthens your entire system. You are training your body to heal from within using simple, accessible, and deeply effective tools. You don't need to spend money on expensive supplements or complicated treatments. The solution is already in your kitchen, in your daily commitment, and your willingness to change. But the journey doesn't end here. there is a specific preparation, a recipe that synthesizes everything you've learned so far. It's a way to bring all these ingredients together into a formula that's easy, practical, and delicious, one that can become the most important ritual of your morning. Ignoring this step could mean missing out on the true potential of the foods you're incorporating, and that would be a lost opportunity. What you're about to learn can mark a turning point in your health, because it's not just about knowing what to eat, but about preparing it the right way. That is the key to turning all this knowledge into real, lasting results. We've now reached the crucial point in this journey toward prostate health. Everything you've learned so far, what foods to avoid, the power of pumpkin seeds, common mistakes, and how to avoid them, the turmeric and black pepper blend, all culminates in a recipe that brings together these elements in a practical, effective, and tasty form. This preparation isn't just breakfast, it's an act of self-care, a way to begin your day with intention and with your body as the priority. What you need is simple but powerful. 2 tablespoons of raw, freshly ground pumpkin seeds, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, a pinch of ground black pepper, half a cup of chopped papaya, half a cup of unsweetened plant-based milk, such as oat, almond, or coconut, and if you want a touch of natural sweetness, 1 teaspoon of pure honey or a pitted date. Blend all ingredients together until you get a creamy, smooth smoothie. This smoothie is not only pleasant to the palate, it represents a synergy of nutrients. The zinc and phytosterols from the pumpkin seeds, the anti-inflammatory curcumin from turmeric, the absorption-boosting effect of black pepper, the digestive enzymes and antioxidants of papaya, and the healthy fats from plant-based milk. It's a nutritional powerhouse that nourishes, protects, and revitalizes. Preparation takes no more than 5 minutes, and the ingredients are easy to find at local markets or health food stores. You can keep the seeds ready to grind and chop the fruit the night before. The key lies in freshness and consistency. Consumed daily, this smoothie not only alleviates the symptoms of an inflamed prostate, but helps prevent them and strengthens the overall health of the urinary and reproductive systems. Moreover, the recipe is adaptable. If you can't find papaya in your region, you can replace it with mango or melon. If you prefer a citrusy note, you can add a bit of lemon juice. What matters is maintaining the active compounds and the balance between ingredients. This is a living formula that can be adjusted to different tastes without losing its therapeutic power. And its benefits extend far beyond the prostate. Many people report that this smoothie improves their digestion, gives them more energy in the morning, and brings a sustained sense of well-being throughout the day. This is because the ingredients work together to reduce overall inflammation in the body, support metabolism, and promote a healthier internal environment. This morning ritual can become a key tool in transforming your relationship with food and with your health. It's a way of telling yourself that you deserve to feel well, strong, vital, and in control of your body. And in that daily act of self-care, small decisions like this one build a future with fewer complications and greater quality of life. Now, as promised at the beginning of our conversation, I want to share one last special recommendation, a kind of enhancer you can add after breakfast: nettle tea. This infusion, made from dried nettle leaves, is rich in minerals like iron, magnesium, and calcium. It also has mild diuretic properties that help cleanse the urinary tract, reduce fluid retention, and improve kidney function. Drinking a cup after breakfast not only complements the effects of the smoothie, but also reinforces its anti-inflammatory and cleansing impact. This additional step, though optional, can make a significant difference, especially if you're already experiencing inflammation symptoms. But as with all things related to health, it should be done with awareness. Don't overuse it daily, and always consult your doctor if you're under medical treatment. The key is balance and listening to your body. By the end of this journey, what you're left with is not just a recipe, but a new perspective on your well-being. It's a way to reconnect with nature, to value ancestral wisdom, and to take control of your health, starting with the very first meal of the day. If this content resonated with you, if you felt that you learned something valuable, I invite you to share it, leave a comment, and subscribe so we can keep learning together. Because knowledge, when shared, multiplies. And what might seem like a small change today could be the very decision that transforms your life tomorrow.